So here we have a collection of the 12 from last year, from 2023. And once again, I salute and thank each and every one of you who are here with me for so many of these. And we can kind of think back to the messages. It's really kind of sentimental for me to look at these and remember, the different themes that came forward. And knowing that now we step into a new calendar year with the very first in the series of a year ahead of channeled words, phrases, or focuses for us to have in any given calendar month that we bring together here as a collective with our intentions, with the energy, with the vibrations that we hold, which is why I feel so connected to this whole raise your vibration. These oracle cards that I brought forward and just how they're all sort of lining up along with the plasma lamp and the idea of hands-on and the way that words cast spells, right? The words we speak, the way we intend, the seeds that we plant are all part of what it is that we in turn manifest, because that was the other word. So let's go ahead, pull it up here. We've got January with expectation equals magnetization. You have no doubt heard me say that phrase before. That's something that came to me way back in the day about the idea that the expectations we have set a tone and send out to the universe like a magnet to attract in something to match the vibration for which we expect, right? So as we look at this here, I brought in a couple of these raise your vibration cards. And again, this was completely just sporadic. There was no rhyme or reason to it. But as I look through the book and I see how these different cards line up with different chakras, it's so perfect, these three cards and how they've come forward. Starting with abundance is a state of mind. And this was a beautiful card, one that I had shared previously in a post. A card with a message that says, I am rich in blessings, inspiration, and people I love. And I thought this was perfect because this energy of a year 8, bringing in infinity, abundance, and manifestation. Spoiler alert, I did not include the card, the Raise Your Vibration Oracle card that came up for our year ahead, and it is also equally as spot on. So this is just a continuation of these energies that have been coming in, where we're invited to look at what is true abundance. What does that mean? When you say abundance, are you picturing a lot of money, a lot of comfort, material possessions? Are we thinking in terms of a harvest? What do you think of when you think about abundance? Don't let your wealth be determined only by your material possessions, but by your happiness, your health, the people around you, and the inspiration you hold within. You have more blessings than you have accounted for. Today, you are being encouraged not only to see them, but also to feel grateful for them. You are being guided to see your glass as half full. You are being guided to enjoy the richness of your well-being. You are being guided to let your joy be the energy that draws more reasons to feel abundant to you, right? Like a magnet to pull it in. Abundance is a state of mind. If you can switch your thoughts to what you have rather than what you don't have, you will become a magnet for more blessings and experience wholeness through every facet of your being. If you feel rich, your life will reflect it. The universe itself is abundant in nature. It has more than enough to go around. Experiencing blessings and riches won't deprive others of them. In fact, your experience of abundance will hold space for all those around you to level up their abundance mind too. Therefore, experiencing abundance is purposeful. What a powerful message. This is hitting on so many fronts. You experiencing blessings and riches will not deprive others of them. In fact, you become like a magnet, like a beacon, holding that frequency. So this is a great card to kick us off here with this expectation equals magnetization. It is actually the first card in the grounding root chakra section of the book, which comes right before the card that came up for us here, our message for this month that brought us into grounding into I am grateful for the earth, right? Seeds of gratitude, and really rooting into that. So the other card, next card I chose, was the yellow and red card we see here, which gorgeously matches. Again, just everything coming together. You know I love my matchy-matchies. I call back my power. And I mean, does this look like a plasma lamp or what? With these lightning bolts and these electric currents. I mean, it's so cool how these breadcrumbs are falling here to show us there's so much potent, magnetic, electric energy for us to tap into right now. I call back my power. This is in fact in solar plexus. So coming in as the very first card in the ignite portion of this deck for the solar plexus. I call back my power says, the vibe of the day. I recall all the fragments of my power that have been left behind. So this is a great card here in the center to really reflect on strands of our energy that might still be out there attached to other lower vibrational situations, people, places, things, circumstances that we wish to call our power back from. How do we do that, right? When we are taking inventory of all of the loose ends, all of the unfinished what have yous that we are wrapping up and closing up and bringing into completion as we step into the new, we call our power back. So again, start small. Look at the ways that we are leaking energy in our habits, in the way that we're spending our time, in whatever it is that we're putting our energy into and what we're ingesting energetically. All those little strands of habits and patterns and ways of being that could be draining us of our essence and our light. That's the part of us that, we may find ourselves saying yes when we want to say yes, no when we really mean no. Really reinforcing that energy, re-energizing that aspect of us, that spark that gives us the confidence to express ourselves authentically, to share our gifts. So this talks about looking at moments in our life where parts of our power have been stripped away from us. Moments that have felt overwhelming, underwhelming, and emotionally draining. Moments when maybe we felt as though we've left a part of ourselves behind. But our power is our power, right? So your power is your power. It isn't something that can be taken away from you forever. After all, it's rightfully yours. Now, on a spiritual level, fragments of your power are waiting to be recalled now. So this card is encouraging us with the universe to take your power back into your own hands. I can't with the plasma lamp. This is so connected. Take the power back into your own hands and heart. You aren't here to be a victim of unnecessary energies, people, or circumstances. It's time to get behind the wheel and take the lead in your own life. This is your time to rise. This is your time to shine. This is your time to say yes to yourself. I can't believe how perfect these cards are. I had no idea. Although I did, apparently, on some level. My wise self. I love it. Trust, right? Trust. Follow how you are guided. Third card that I picked intuitively to go with this message, my aura is magnetic to golden opportunities. The vibe of the day for this one says, my energy is radiant and magnetic. And like I said, I don't know if it's meaningful that each of the cards I chose were like right at the beginning of each section for the chakra points and energy centers that they go with. This one is connected into the one in the Oracle Guide that's for activate, the Kundalini rainbow. And so it talks about how the messages that come forward on cards in this section help us to tune back in with why we set out on this path in the first place. They help us to reawaken the energy of excitement in our devotional practice and remind us that even taking small steps towards our own healing is good for the whole of humanity. So it's more of that same message. It's okay. Not only is it okay, it's crucial that you step inside to yourself and allow yourself to bring yourself back to a state of empowerment where there isn't guilt and shame over being abundant, guilt and shame over having something or experiencing blessings and happiness or riches. Once again, it's a similar message that it does not deprive others. In fact, it's necessary to create, to magnetize in golden opportunities for all of humanity. So this talks about our aura being the outward projection of our energy system, so that when we do spiritual work and we face, especially deep spiritual work, where we're facing our own darkness, dedicating ourselves to our spiritual practice, and we participate in our own wellness, it becomes radiant with light, and those around us see beyond our self-perceived flaws and tune directly into who we truly are. See, it's like an antenna, right? I always would say too, and I know so many of you heard this, I feel like I'm the old aunt that's repeating herself over here. In addition to expectation equals magnetization, I say sending out the bat signal, right? Sending out the bat signal to the collective, to all of those that are in your path, to match that frequency, to invite them in to rise up to meet that frequency. So right now, your aura is radiant. You're in a sacred space. You've dedicated much time, effort, and energy to reclaiming your wholeness. You've faced your shadow. You've been dedicated to your own healing. You have chosen to remember the light of your soul. Currently, the doors of opportunity are swinging open for you. Any exciting new invitations, connections, and inspirations that are coming through are divinely guided. This is the time to bask in the glory of your gifts and to express your most authentic self. Your energy field is magnetic, and it's attracting people, places, situations, opportunities, ideas, connections, and angels that will lead you toward the fulfillment of your highest and greatest good. So I brought in with these 3 intuitively selected cards the Healing Energy Spray for my superpower, because I love that red and the yellow too. Always reminds me of a magnet. The energy of magnetizing in and opening and rising and raising up to the frequency as we see on that beautiful bottle. So I'm infusing in here this energy of my superpower, of connecting in with the power that you already have within you. And it goes where energy flows, where your focus goes, right? So if our focus is on an attitude of gratitude, of abundance, of the blessings, of the gifts, of tuning into our most authentic and empowered self, that is what we are magnetizing. That is the message of abundance that we're sending out to the universe. And that's where we are best served to focus this month, especially as we're setting the template for what is to come in this year ahead, to really magnetize in the highest vibrational energies that we can. And each one of us are doing that independently within our little microcosms, which will then radiate out into the macrocosm. So I really feel, looking back here at all of these little breadcrumbs that came in just in the pulling together of all of these aspects this morning and into this afternoon now, that there is more to this to come with this plasma ball and the electric current and Tesla and the nods that are all coming in through several of these different cards, kind of starting to create this energetic current, this momentum of abundance, of manifestation, of magnetism, of golden opportunities. I'm here for it, and I thank you guys all for being here too. Wow.